Hello everybody, it's Todd with All Things Archery and Shooting. Got another bow review on you today. This one is an ASDW Archery Recurve bow. This is a camouflage takedown recurve bow. And this is 50 pounds, 56 inch overall length. So it's a good hunting size. Let's take a look at it. And this one, by the way, I paid $71 for it on Amazon, so I'll leave a link down in the description for you, but $71 is what this one cost. Okay, let's see what we got in this box now. Okay, that's how it comes. Right off the bat, we got our stringer here. This is interesting. This is a longbow stringer, not a recurve stringer. It's a longbow stringer. And essentially a longbow stringer with a recurve bow. It's okay. I got a recurve stringer though. I'll show you the difference between a recurve stringer and a longbow stringer in a minute. Maybe we do that right now. Just so you know real quick what the difference is, I'll show you. This is a longbow stringer. And those are the cup ends on here. That goes on your bottom limb. This goes in the very tip of your upper limb. Now your recurve stringer is completely different, okay? They both do the same thing, they string your bow, but a recurve stringer has the bottom limb goes in here like this, and then this fits over your top limb like this here. And then you pull down on it. So you can see the difference between a long bow and a recurve stringer. So why they sent a long bow stringer with a recurve bow, I don't know, but that's what they did. That's okay. You always use a bow stringer when you put your bow together. Okay, let's get back to our open up here. Okay, we got your two limbs here. We got the riser. It's a D97 Fast string that comes with it, and it has a little instruction book with it as well. Okay. That's kind of cute little thing there, ASDW. See that? ASDW. A little quick look at that, see what it says. Stand up straight, legs and shoulders width apart, shoulder in natural position, don't lean forward or backwards, straighten your back, don't lock your knees, keep your legs relaxed. Okay, cool. Here's the instructions. Okay. Basically shows you how to put the bow together, you put the stringer on, and there's written instructions on the back. So you've got it here and here. And it shows you the different models this has. This is the camouflage model. They call this Forest Camo. Alright. Let's open the bag up, see what's in it first. Okay, alright, well we've got, not sure what this is. And comes with this weird funky looking rest here, which I definitely won't use. Okay, I just don't know what this is here. Let's see what instructions say about that. Oh, this is an extra washer for your limb. There's an extra washer with it. Cool. Alright. Okay. So we got that. It's got a tool to put it together with. Got your D97 Fast string with it. Okay. Like I said, this is a 56 inch bow, so this should be a 54 inch string. And it's got this type of little rest that they send with it, so you can shoot vanes off this bow if you wanted to, but I always shoot off the shelf. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hydro dipped Forest Camo. It's pretty nice. Good finish on it. There's no really rough areas on it. The camo finish looks uniform all the way across. It's a magnesium riser. It's a little bit weighty, but not too bad. It's got all your, like you got your stabilizer button there, or you mount your for fishing, mount your fish reel on there. It's got your sights here for putting a standard type of sight on it. All right. It has this plate that goes through here. If you want to put this kind of rest in, it slides in here. I'm not going to use this rest though, because I'm not a big fan of these kind of rests. So it's got deep, really deep limb pockets. So that's probably going to be a little bit loud. We'll see when we start shooting. It might have put some like foam in there or some felt or something around it. I think it's going to be pretty loud in there. It's got a nice grip. It's nice rubber. It's not plastic. It's like a rubber grip. It's a nice flexible rubber grip, which is nice. That's really nice. I mean, it's a 15-inch riser, which is kind of nice. Small, compact. It's got a really good sized sight window, as you see there. So that'll be good. All right, let's see what the limbs look like. Okay, put that back in there. Gotta go in there. All right, time for 2 limbs, of course. Okay, here's one limb. Here's the other limb. Okay, let's check the limbs out now. Okay, the limbs are marked. Looks they're marked lower and upper, so you can see they're marked lower and upper, which is nice. This is a 50-pound limb set. These are bamboo laminate limbs, so there's bamboo in there. It looks like there's 2 veneers of bamboo between the belly and the back of the bow. So it's got reinforced limb tips, which are really nice and strong. So we'll take a flashlight. That's why they sent a flashlight with it. Here's the other one. This one's marked upper, 60-pound upper. Okay, or 50-pound, sorry, 50-pound upper. I'm not sure what that number is on there. It might be a quality control number. I'm not really sure because they both have the same number on them. I don't see any serial number or manufacturer on there. Only thing this is Forest Camo is all I can tell you. There's really no. Yeah, here's something that says Next Vista, which is right here. I guess that's the name of the camo, Vista Camo. But for some reason, if you look on the advertisement, they call it a Forest Camo. Well, there you go. It's not. Looks like everything is good to go now. So, all right. So we got our riser, 15-inch riser, magnesium. It's pretty heavy. It probably weighs not too bad. It's maybe a little over 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds for the riser. The limbs, of course, are very light. Okay. All right, let's get this thing together, see how it shoots. Okay. It's got your standard limb bolts here. Take these out. Okay. Still don't know what this piece is for here. I really don't. Unless it's designed to fit this in there, give you some space on this, but I don't think that makes much sense. Well, maybe it does if you want to push your arrow in and out, but you can just unscrew that and do that with. Now the tool, this end fits, but this back end does not fit. This end does not fit into your, it won't fit in here, you see? It doesn't fit, it only goes part way in, but this fits perfect. So this must be like a multi-tool used for other bows as well. So, okay. All right, so we got that one out. Let's get the other one out. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and set this one up all the way. I'm gonna put a nice rest on it, which will be a hair rest. I'll put right here. I'm also gonna put a nice quiver on it, and I've got a stabilizer and a small hunting stud I can put on. So this thing should be pretty nice setup when you get it all set up. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take it out and shoot it and see how she shoots. I mean, again, this is $71 for this bow, which is. The price of these bows are just crazy. I understand how they're getting so cheap. I mean, everything else is going through the roof, but damn bows are coming down cheaper and cheaper. I've got another bow coming in Friday. Believe it or not, I bought it off eBay. Brand new bow. Some name I've never heard of, but it's a 45-pound takedown longbow. And it'll be here Friday. And that bow is only $29, which is crazy. 29 bucks. I spend more of that when I go to the sports bar and watch a ball game for beer. So anyway, let's get this thing together now. Okay, remember these are all marked top and bottom. This is the upper. So this will go on your upper limb, which should be here. Okay. You got this washer that goes on first. This goes on, which goes here. And you got this little plastic washer so that way you don't mess up your finish. Okay. You don't want to make these too tight. You just want to do them just basically get them on there tight and then do like a half turn around. Because you don't want too tight, what happens, you'll end up dinging up your limb or bowing your limb. Or you could also crack it too if you're not careful. And this Allen key does not fit very well in these holes, I'll be honest with you. It barely fits. But that's alright, we'll make it work though. Yeah, this thing barely fits these. I mean barely fits it. Okay. And you see, this don't even fit, it just twist in there. So, man, this thing does not fit. You gotta be careful because it's gonna strip it out if you're not careful, because this doesn't fit it too well. Let's put the bottom one in now. Same thing, you want your spacer on the back, the plastic spacer goes against your limb, and this is where it's marked bottom on it, see, lower limb. It's marked lower limb so you can see where it's marked at. Okay. Alright, add it in here. I might want to drop a little bit of oil down in these holes too, just to be safe. Because that way it'll, let's do that now because it's going a little tight. We'll drop a little bit of oil down in these holes real quick. Let me get some oil here. These magnesium risers, if you drop a little bit of oil into the threaded hole, just one drop, it'll help the bolts seat better and it won't strip out your threads. Also make taking them apart easier too. Okay. Sounds like it just does not fit very well. Yeah, it doesn't really want to fit it. Okay, let's get a different Allen key. It's not going to fit. You should always have one of these in your archery toolbox. These are a multi-use X key hit, so that way you always can, like this situation, that one comes with a fit. This one will, I know, will fit just fine. You see, it fits perfect. Okay. Bingo, see, fits perfect. So let's go and get that turned off. Okay, good. Alright, now what I don't like about this, I can tell you right away, if you look here, this limb bolt, it actually recesses below that, so that's going to hold water, I think, and cause something to rust and cause up. And just, it should be a little more up higher, I think, and flush with it. And this Allen key doesn't work. But the bow is 56 inches, so that is a great hunting size for using into a tree stand or something of that nature. Okay, and then we've got, I do like the rubber grip on it. The finish on it is really nice, the camouflage finish. I really wish they'd like camouflage finish the bows too to match this. I think it'd be a lot better than black, but okay. But for sediment, what do you want? But I mean, the finish is really nice on them. There's no like bubbles or rough areas. It looks like a hydro dip system of some kind. So, but it's a nice, clean finish. Let's get it strung up and see how she feels, and we'll check the weight on her and make sure she's where she's supposed to be at. Now when you string up your bow, we're going to set this one up too. When you string this bow, you're going to let me notice on your string you have two different sizes of loops here. You've got a smaller loop and you got a larger loop. You see that? This is always your top limb. This is always your bottom limb, okay? So we'll put that on. So what you do, slide your top limb on first. That slides down the bow. Okay. Then go ahead and add this to the bottom. Man, that bottom loop's almost so tight it won't fit over the limb nocks. All right. So let's go ahead and get this thing strung up and see how she looks. Okay, I'm going to show you the proper way of stringing a bow. Okay, so first thing to do is you put your limb pocket on the very bottom one right here. It goes in your bottom limb. This loop fits over the top limb. This loop here fits over your top limb. You want to bring it past where your string's at on your bow limb. Be sure it's all the way down. Okay, it's just a matter of going and stepping back. See one more time. Here's your bottom limb. It's got the cup in it. Turn the light on to see better. Here's your bottom limb with the cup in it. Okay. Here's your top limb that slides over right here. This slides right over it. So you should always use this to keep from twisting, especially on recurve bows because the limbs are so thin they will twist easily. So all you really got to do once you just step on it, and you can set your foot wide apart if you need to. And all you do is just bring your finger up in front of there and bring it up on the bow. Keep sliding this forward. And then you can go ahead and lock in your string. And there we go. Be sure it's seated all the way before you let go of it. Okay, good. There we go. Now the bow is what you want to do is you want to check right here, make sure there's like a little, see that right there? That's your string fall. Be sure your string's laying flush in there on both sides. Okay. Now, brace height in this bow should be between 7.5, 8.5 inches, so we'll check that in a minute, but first I want to see how it pulls. Okay, you ready? That's how it pulls. It doesn't feel like 50 pounds to me. It feels more like 40, but let me get my scale to make sure and check it out. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead and measure this. I have a standard bow scale here. Okay, let's see what it pulls at. Alrighty. It pulls right at 50 pounds, right in the money. Actually, so I got a 29-inch draw, so it should be pulling about 53, so it's pulling a little bit less. Let's try one more time. Okay. I mean, it's super smooth though. There's no stacking, no nothing. There we go. One more time. Okay, there we go. 53 pounds. So it is pulling. It's supposed to be pulling, and I mean, it is super smooth. There's no stacking on this bow or anything. That's crazy. For $70 bow, it's very smooth pulling. I've never had a bow pull so smooth. That's wild. There's no stacking. There's no wall on it. No back wall, no nothing. It's pretty wild. Do that again. Okay, so we know we're pulling 53 pounds, but I'm telling you, this thing here, when I pull this, there is no stacking at all. I mean, it feels really good when you pull it. That's crazy how they can do such a bow. It pulls so, and how it shoots, I don't know. Maybe I get out of the range to check it out, but I mean, so far I'm impressed. I mean, it pulls really smooth. Aside from a couple minor things like the Allen key not fitting right and these limb bolts too far recessed, it's a really nice bow, a nice rubber grip on it. Let's go ahead and get it set up now, okay?